she had me, baby, really thought she had me. Now she fiending for the
tempo
rest
way
of
up
me.
on it.
That's right.
But that isn't in the recipe. Let it go, girl, this ain't what you want, and you know. Oh, we can never be. I don't care how it feels, this can never be real, and you know. This ain't the recipe. Let it go, girl, this ain't what you want, and you know. Oh, we can never be. I don't care how it feels, this can never be real, and you know.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go.
You recording?
Let go, let go. What up, everybody? It's the Well-Spoken Token coming at you again with another episode. I'm here with my brother. What's happening, bro?
What it do, Playboy?
Yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Glad to be back here on the mic talking to you folks, man. How you feeling?
You know, isn't this the same question?
Yeah, always. I always ask, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah. And then I say I'm good, and
Yeah. You know, you check in and we start the pod.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm good. Shit. I mean, if I'm gonna really get into it, I mean, hey, you know, it's Christmas, man.
Oh, shit,
You know,
this
I get that seasonal Christmas fucking depression. You know.
Yeah. It's the winter.
I don't even think I
months.
get depressed. I think it's more so like it starts feeling daunting. Like the year's ending, the expectations are ramping up.
Trying to close shit out. People are like, okay, well, did I execute on the fucking resolutions?
Right.
You know, do I get all the gifts for everybody that they need and shit?
Did I hook up the right people? Did I do the right thing?
Did I do the right thing this year? Is that
You know?
me? You know,
Am I gonna feel satisfied when that ball drops?
as soon as that motherfucker hits, you know, when it clocks over to 2021, am I ready? Am I ready to go in the next year?
Am I ready for the next year?
Yeah.
Hell the fuck no.
No, I'm never ready for another year. So, like, I'm just happy to be up another day. Like, so I take shit day by day. I'm not too worried about it. It's the beginning of December. So I'm not too worried about it. But it is the Christmas season. So here at the Well-Spoken Token podcast, we definitely want to reach out to everybody and say Merry Christmas. You know? Thank you guys so much. It's our first, Christmas as a pod. So
Yeah, as a pod.
as a pod, as a family, it's like 28 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
for
like,
me.
yeah, for you.
Yeah.
For you.
Another 28 trips around the sun. But for the first trip around the sun for the podcast, I'm super happy to be here with you guys on this Christmas season. But for real, though, as you were talking about earlier, though, as the winter months kind of start rolling in and shit like that, that depression is really easy to slip into.
I mean, once again, like, depression is a strong word. I just get really overly reflective during these times.
Oh, it's introspective time, you know?
As people start asking for things they could have been asking for
all year. You didn't have to wait till now to hit me up for this.
That's the weird thing about adulthood. It's just like once you like turn a certain age and you become responsible for yourself, like your desire to ask for shit is different. This is the only time of the year where I'm like, man, maybe I should have a fucking kid.
Yeah, right. Because it's like, damn, I could provide for somebody, give them the experience of the time.
Because I personally don't give a fuck about Christmas.
No, I didn't even think about my Christmas list. I don't even make a Christmas list really anymore. Like, motherfuckers be like, what do you want for Christmas?
And that's what's so different about like my relationship. Well, it's not different because previous relationships, shout out to the previous relationship. People would ask me what I wanted, and I get what I want throughout the year. I do what I want throughout the year. So when you ask me for something or ask me if I want something, I'm like, well, I've been trying to get it all year. So like, it's not going to happen now.
Yeah.
I just say, hey, let me get some equipment or fucking some shirts or some shit.
Oh, look at you. See me, I'm not even like, oh, let me get some equipment, some shirts. Fuck, what do I want for Christmas? Money?
Yeah, right. Do I want money?
Give me money or
cash?
Or I asked for a beanie this year. I was like, yeah, just give me a fucking hat, something to put on my head.
I don't know. Sometimes, and especially sometimes, like I'm like, hey, yo, maybe I should just ask for something that I know that the person can provide. That way they can feel some sort of like satisfaction toward the end of the year.
Yeah, so because the weirdest thing about it is that like if you're one of those people that like get to the Christmas season, and it's like you don't have anything in your brain of like shit that you want, and honestly, I wasn't really even thinking about shit to get other people.
Yeah.
I just wasn't.
Well, I mean, I haven't thought about that in forever either.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, I'm broke.
Yeah, because exactly, like, hey, look, by the time this time of the year rolls around, I don't have any bread.
No, man.
So, like, you even wanting something is like wild, which is why it's like, damn, Mom, you want a mixer for Christmas?
It's like, here's Love and Company. I can get that to you, no problem.
And that's when, like, even in adulthood, I've realized like all that shit they sell you about Christmas and what it's all about becomes bullshit as you become like an older adult. Yeah. Because now it's about like, oh, well, just come by and be a semblance of a family. Like, man, we've been a family all year.
Right. And the weird thing is that you think that I'd feel like a dad or that I'd be a little like jaded or some shit like that. And really, I'm not. It's not that I hate the Christmas season or some shit like that. I actually really enjoy this time.
I hate Christmas expectation.
Yeah. Motherfuckers just like, what do you mean? And like when December 25th rolls around and like I don't like looking at a motherfucker and catching disappointment
on their face at all.
Like,
that's the worst feeling in the world.
It's like, oh, you really wanted something. Like, you really,
because I don't give a fuck about that tree. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the lights. I don't care about none of that shit. I just want to listen to sad music. I don't even want to watch the movies. I just want to listen to sad music and think about all the shit that I fucked up over the year.
I feel you. Like,
because that's cathartic, man. I just want to feel it.
Yeah, well, give me that. I think that's the closing time. It's like, yo, let's look back, let's check out these mistakes, and let's prep for the next year. You know, like end of the year type shit is like, let's analyze the assets and see what the fuck is popping off. Did I make this year worth it? Right.
Did I do everything that I could for myself and the people around me? And, you know, so I can feel like, okay, once this shit closes out, because I don't even think in terms of years anymore.
Okay.
Because it's just like years.
Years fly by, dog.
They fucking fly.
Like, literally, I'm like, oh my God, it's already been like
I still feel like I'm 17. I still want the things that I wanted when I was 17 years old.
That's kind of fly. Like, you know I mean, to say that you've held on to like thoughts and desires that fucking long.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, I can tell you, like, I don't want the same thing that I wanted when I was 17.
No, I mean, I don't want the same people that I wanted when I was 17. But I want the same things.
So like that's what I'm saying. For me, it was like the things that I wanted at 17 was a whole different thing. I thought that I'd be married and fucking like.
You're wild.
I really did. I thought I was gonna be married and probably have like a kid or something like that. Because my philosophy when I was younger was like, oh, I don't want to be an old parent. Like, you know. Oh,
shit, that shit sounds lit. Being a fucking old dad. Yeah, I want
to pull up my.
I was telling niggas at work actually that I didn't want sons.
You wanted all daughters because they'll take care of you and they'll love you.
They'll take care of me, and I just want somebody to be geeked when I pull up.
Because I tell you right now, like I love my parents, I love my father.
I love them to death.
So much. But like when the motherfuckers pull up, I'm like, oh, what's up? Mm-hmm. What's happening? Oh, good to see you. You know, love you.
Oh, great, love you. Oh, great. You know, I hope you don't need anything from me because like I don't know if I'm going to be able to provide it.
I think that's something that you probably have more issues with than I do, because like given that your position allows you to kind of like give more and things like that. Yeah, I understand like that becomes stressful because somehow you become like a de facto like semi-provider. It's like
I mean,
something's.
I think happening. I mean in the same vein you have too. Like I just like my shit is I throw money at our problems. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Emotional. You're the nigga that actually has to go like provide the emotional support because like literally a lot of the times I don't feel like I can fucking do it.
Understandable, because you're already putting so much time and mental bandwidth into
I think
shit.
So fucking long term that it's like when you ask me for these short term solutions, I'm like, okay, I don't know how to make you feel better in the short time. Here, take $300 and talk to Token. Talk to him, because literally, like if I try to attack it, I'm gonna just be like, look, hey, just lock it in and try to be patient. Yeah,
nobody wants to put their head down, fucking, what is it? Bow your neck and then move in. Yeah, that was some shit.
I don't even know what that fucking.
It was some shit that fucking Miss Goen said.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like,
sounded about right. Yeah, sounded like that old woman that y'all worship.
I don't necessarily worship the woman, but there are moments where like her voice pops up in my head, and you're like, there's gonna be times like she dead ass said, she's like, when you graduate and shit like that, this stuff isn't gonna get easier, and there's gonna be time frames.
I'm gonna keep it a beam.
I was mad in her class.
I was not
listening to a lot of these random, almost inspirational talks.
I was just straight up just not listening. I hated when niggas was trying to offer me some inspiration and they weren't doing anything that I wanted to do.
I feel you. It's like, what are you trying to inspire me to do? The same thing that you did,
right? Not saying that your life ain't worth it, but I'm also like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, so to look at the tone and everything like that of like us now, I can understand how some of the viewers and listeners should be like, God damn, these niggas is like Christmas time, these motherfuckers is real low. But in all actuality, not really low. Like I'm here to enjoy myself and enjoy the time frame that is motherfucking Christmas. But like, yeah, think shit. Like this is the same time frame. Like this whole winter month, like I've lost a lot of people during this time and shit. And like it's kind of difficult to kind of look at December and be like, hell yeah, I'm so excited, I'm so happy. When I'm like, shit,
this is where we roll into the next thing.
Yeah,
and you got the nerve to want fucking Beyblades and shit.
Yeah,
which is why I'm just like, it's okay to have kids during this time, and I think that like Christmas time with kids is totally different because they're so innocent that they look at this like, oh, this is like the reward I get for just being a fucking live.
Yeah, this is the shit that's like, oh well, we hit this time of the year and it's definitely time for me to get some kind of gift,
right?
Some type of representation of how either A,
something
good I've been, or B, how much you love me.
And you know, Christmas was lit even after the divorce. Christmas was lit.
Like after the divorce, Christmas got more lit.
I don't know
for Cameron.
It never. Yeah,
for villain.
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, yeah.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I have to ask. He did get. No, actually, he stopped getting gifts about the same time.
So it all got cut off around the same time, and we were getting gifts, nigga. Like it's all good, and even like in my adult life, like you know, girlfriends,
hot
friends.
What's the last Christmas gift you can remember that you got?
No, that I can remember that I got.
Yeah,
nigga, I literally just got something sometime earlier.
See, there it is. It's just like, fuck, what did I get?
I just don't remember.
Exactly. I don't remember either. And it's not that, like, I don't appreciate the gifts or anything like that.
I think that it was so utilitarian that, like, it was just like, oh, okay, cool. It integrated so deep into my life that I never thought about where it came from.
It was like, oh, this is just something that's been here always.
Right.
I think the last Christmas gift I got, what the fuck was it?
What was it?
Can't even remember.
Probably some clothes.
Probably,
or like
honestly, like as an adult
or some shit.
Like most motherfuckers, like unless you have like a dedicated friend group that is just like very about keeping that spirit of like gift giving and shit like that alive,
or just that Christmas cheer.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, nah.
You know, big shouts out to like everybody who just don't have any, like they don't have anybody this year. You know what I'm saying?
That's the next thing I was gonna say. I was like, yo, like everybody that is for the people that get like us sometimes, like where like this Christmas season brings on more sad memories than happy ones. We shout out to y'all. We're with y'all the 100% of the way. We feel your pain.
I mean, I don't know about 100% of the way, but I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need to commiserate a little bit, I'm here for you.
Absolutely. I was all about like I liked I didn't like, but I learned to deal with vagabond Christmas. Right?
Yeah.
Because I've had Christmases where I was homeless. Like, right. And it was just like, oh, well, I guess I enjoy whatever the fuck.
Wherever they're taking me, I'm gonna be.
And so like I've enjoyed. I've been very happy about having like pseudo family places that I can go. Like I've never felt like out of place, of course, in my own family. But when I was out and about and doing shit and I couldn't get home,
right.
I've had people that would like open their doors and be like, "Hey."
There was one Christmas that I spent in like you remember from the live stream. Thumbra. He needs a fucking alias, but whatever.
I think Thumbra is a good one.
Yeah, but his name is so close to that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Like, no, his name is very, very close to that. I think that Thumbra is how you're supposed to pronounce his name.
Oh.
And that's why
I thought that was like a play on like Mumra.
No, that's his name. So
I was like, oh damn.
But you know what I'm saying? I remember like back when I was fuck it. Yeah, I don't care anymore. Back when I was in the barracks. And
shit.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Back when I was in the barracks and like, you know what I'm saying, like I had just gotten Angie, my Grand Marquis, and he had borrowed it to fucking like go see his girl and shit, who's now his wife, and they now have a beautiful daughter and shit. It's like it's crazy to look back on that and be like, damn, I was so fucking anxious about that fucking car. It was like, yo, come back.
Like had I not let him borrow it, who knows where he could have been with his girl.
Then, like immediately after that, I had found a girl that I was like, well, not immediately, like 2-3 months after that, I had found a girl that had become my girlfriend for like a couple of years, and Christmas got consistent after that, and it was just like fucking deployments and shit that had fucked up that Christmas cheer. And I really do feel like I do attribute a lot of that shit to my detachment from the season.
Yeah, because how were you supposed to like dive into Christmas cheer, right? When you don't know, when you don't know if you're going to be like stateside, like you don't even know if you're going to.
It ain't even just about being stateside. It's just like knowing I'm not going to be home.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you got to learn how to do Christmas without home, and the more Christmases you do without home, the less you miss it.
True. The less it connects with you, the
Right.
less important that it becomes. Because without, like you were saying, like it's good to have kids. Without somebody to channel this shit
Without that
directly
anchor.
into or something like that, there's really honestly, it's just like, why not look at this as a sad time?
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Why is
Christmas
this
songs
happy?
are mad sad. I don't know if you motherfuckers know this.
And that's the shit that gets me so fucking hyped about it, because it's like these songs are so fucking sad, but everybody's so fucking like happy.
Yeah, let me clear up something. Like, it's a weird thing for people to be like, yo, why you listen to all that sad music and shit? I was like, because most music is sad, nigga.
Yeah.
Like even our Christmas songs that aren't like Deck the Halls and shit like
Right.
that. The ones that have come like later after the fucking classics like Jingle Bells and fucking Happy Holidays
Right.
and shit. It's sad.
After all that
I'll be
major
home
scale
for
rock
fucking
music
Christmas. I'll have a blue Christmas. Like, yeah, bitch. Like,
It's cold outside where the nigga was about to date rape the bride.
hey, he was out here real date rapey out here. Like,
Yeah.
hey, it's cold, baby. I'm
Hey,
trying to
chill,
stay
bro.
here.
She ain't trying to fuck, bro.
Hey, baby, let me stay on your couch, though.
Yeah, come on, man. Just one glass of hot chocolate before I knock you up.
It's like my dad is gonna be like, my brother would kill you. You would be upset. He was like,
Yeah.
he ain't here now though.
Yeah, right.
Like, where you at though?
Don't worry about
We'll
him.
worry about that in the
It's
morning.
you and me. Shit took a fucking turn.
Yeah, baby. Let me get. What about another drink though?
Right. Come on. What's up?
What's happening?
It's fucking cold out here.
Baby, I gotta walk home.
I bet the extended version literally has a line where it's like either we fucking or I'm fucking. That song is bad.
Yeah, and also that term was bad. Either we fucking or I'm fucking. That's still fucking.
That's old head logic.
Yeah, for real. Like, why were old niggas so okay
That's just what
with
they
like
do.
damn near rape?
Yeah, right? Fucking wild.
It
Shout
makes
out,
me think
shout
of-
out to grandma. Shout out to grandma. This is her favorite.
Oh snap! I didn't realize. I forgot we recorded.
Yeah.
Yo, we got the Canadian Mist on deck. You know, because when we get to the Christmas time, even though we are not always in the best of
Shit
fucking
is fucking
spirits,
terrible.
it's always good to kind of think back to the fam and stuff like that. So we got the Canadian Mist on deck, drinking on it. You know, enjoying ourselves, thinking about our grandmother because that's pretty much all she drinks now. And I
Yeah.
thought it was just because she had a preference, but that's because she cheap.
Yeah, she's very cheap.
Like once upon a time, it was
Love you,
Crown.
Grandma.
It was once upon a time it was Crown. Definitely lots of Crown.
For sure.
But now it's Canadian Mist all day.
It
Well,
is
nah,
what it is.
she actually put me on a Canadian Mist and tonic water.
I
I fucked with
don't.
it. I like tonic water, Canadian Mist, a little lemon. I'm killing it.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
I just don't understand why. Is it the taste? Is it the
It's
fucking...
just it's got such a deep punch.
It does.
It's a very, very. It's not even like a light. Like you drink Jack Daniels, it's like a ha ha smack. It's like, oh yeah, that was it.
Nah, the Canadians would be like, "What up, bitch?"
And then it just lives there
Wolverine's from here.
as a film in the back of your throat.
Nah, for me,
And then
man,
it gets to the back of your throat and lives in your stomach.
I'm not even. I don't have any problem with Canadian Mist. Every time I've ever had Canadian Mist, I've had a good fucking time.
Oh,
I've
for
never
sure.
been too fucked
I
up on
associate
Canadian
Canadian Mist with good times,
Mist. Like
but it tastes terrible.
Canadians, man.
That's a lot of fucking.
I know, right? As I was pouring that, I was like, "Damn, that's a lot."
That's a lot. We don't even have a lot of soda.
There's not
Go
even a
with
whole
that.
lot of liquor. So it was just like,
Oh,
that
oh.
was what I was thinking. I was like, "Oh, damn, I'm really hitting that bottle up."
Deep dive, man. Anyway, Christmas
Ooh, I'm
depression.
about to dive in.
Christmas depression. We don't even got to sit here for that long.
No, but all in shit, all in all
You know.
for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. To those of you who don't have this jaded feeling, or those of you that don't feel like these time frames are sad, you know,
Yeah.
then have a holly jolly motherfucking Christmas. Enjoy your family, enjoy your loved ones. Take this time out to show not only appreciation, because Thanksgiving, a lot of people are like, oh, this is the time to be appreciative and thankful and blah, 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 and whoop-de-woo. Like, this is the one time of the year. There's also Christmas, but you should probably feel this way all year.
Oh,
But
for sure.
Christmas time is a great time. Like, if you do have family, if you do have people, loved ones, you know, hold them motherfuckers near and dear. The spirit of giving is bigger than money, you
For
know,
sure.
all that good shit. Like, so if you want to give something. You know, I don't necessarily always give gifts, but I try to make sure to make a gesture to show motherfuckers it's like, hey,
For sure. And before
I love you,
before
care
we
about
roll
you.
into that, I think that there is a certain expectation that comes when you're in a relationship.
that
we
that's should
a
definitely
totally-
discuss that shit
yeah.
for sure.
Because I wholeheartedly agree with like, oh yeah, it's about the thought, it's about just being together, et cetera, et cetera.
Hell
But it's
no.
like suddenly me not saving my money throughout the year, or even these last 2 checks becomes a problem.
Because now, like, there's this whole
Right.
like expectation of like grabbing you something that not only knocks it out of the fucking park,
Right. The perfect gift.
The perfect gift.
Oh
Like-
my God, it's so thoughtful. It's like,
damn.
I asked you what you wanted like 150 times, but
And-
you didn't just outright tell me.
Because for some reason you wanted me to figure out some goddamn like
Right.
fucking riddle.
I was actually, yeah, right. It's like a fucking, it's a Rumpelstiltskin riddle.
or a fucking Sphinx riddle. I was just gonna get zapped like in never like
Right.
the never-ending story.
Like you just sit there, it's like, a necklace with your name on it.
Nope, that's
Right.
not it. I don't want necklace. I don't even wear necklaces. Have you ever seen me wear a
Yeah.
necklace?
Shout out to JP, somebody I used to work with. We were joking around like last Christmas probably,
Yeah.
where I was like talking about my trying to figure out what my girl wanted for her birthday,
Uh-huh.
and like she's Hispanic and shit, so it's like, man, all that shit is code for mi gente joyas.
What the fuck does that mean?
I want jewelry.
That's fucking nice.
You know what I'm saying? Mi
Mi
gente
gente
joyas.
Shout out to the fucking Spanish
That's
speakers
what
out
all
there.
girls want.
Jewelry, or flowers.
You won't accept my fucking my macaroni art.
The equivalent of macaroni art.
Now,
Now,
26. You should
dead
be
ass,
making.
dead ass. I remember now. I was like, you know what? I've had a lot of random, almost macaroni art worthy fucking gifts and shit that I've given over
Oh,
time.
for sure.
I've
I've slapped so much shit
I
together.
was like, oh shit, what's today? Oh, it's the birthday. Time to
Shit.
fucking make a card, sort of.
I'm about to
I'm
make a
a-
card out of
I'm about
construction
to-
paper.
yeah, I was like-
'Cause that's what they call it. That's what they call it when you fuck it up.
Like construction paper was. I was like, you lucky that you got construction. I mean, literally have slapped together a
I
card
would
out
have
of
ripped
some
this
notebook
bitch.
paper.
I would have ripped this bitch straight out of a notebook.
It's got lines
that I
on it and
didn't buy.
Shh.
Yeah, right. I'm looking at out so the Walmart cameras don't catch me.
Like I just need this. I just need this notebook paper.
Yeah,
Like, so I guess I'm gonna snitch on us a little bit, right?
Go for
so,
it.
like when we were in high school,
mm-hmm.
we used to walk this. Actually, for a good chunk of our lives, most of the time we were walking to school. The only time we ever didn't walk to school was when we were too far away and we had to take the bus. It was either
For sure.
bus or motherfucking walking to school.
For sure.
But during our latter years of high school, we were walking to school and shit like that. We used to pass right by a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the funny fucked up thing about it is that it's just like, oh, it's time to resupply. Like when you walk by the
Right.
Walmart, it's like, oh, I got to get whatever I need
I'm
for the day,
jugging.
right? So and 9 times out of 10, I had no fucking money. So this was where a lot of my petty thievery.
That's where it started.
Like, I wouldn't say that's where my petty thievery started because I definitely contribute that to my grandfather. Like, I definitely say my grandpa taught me how to steal. And so, like,
you always do.
yeah, it's my thing. I blame my, I used
As
to,
you always do.
yeah, I blame a lot of my
God
old
damn it,
shit.
my goddamn grandfather, he made me this way.
He made me do a lot of terrible things. I mean, like, so funny story, just to get this out the way. So I was like fucking 5, maybe 6 years old, and my grandpa would take me for walks and shit. Like, my grandfather, this was like before he went to jail.
Yeah.
Like before he went to jail the first time. Second time, because it was the first time. Because when I was 5, he was still out. He didn't pistol whip grandma until like
That's getting deleted. But go ahead.
yeah, he didn't do all that shit to go to jail until like I was like 6. I was like 6 or 7 because the baby brother had just like barely. He wasn't.
Gotcha.
Even, he was on the way to being born.
Yes, gotcha.
So yeah, after he did all that crazy shit, right? Oh, sorry. Before he did all that crazy shit, he would take me out and we'd go for walks and stuff, and we would go by like little grocery stores, little fucking convenience stores and shit like that. And the nigga would never have any money, but he would look at me and be like, "Say, Junior, go in there and get this, this, and this," and he would not give me any money, and I'd be like, well,
I'm just
how
gonna
am I
walk
supposed
out,
to pay for it? And he's like, you just need to go in there and get it and then come out. And I was like, okay. And then I did, and I was like, oh wow, this is surprisingly easy. I wasn't, because I was so little, I wasn't even really worried about.
You're not even really a suspect.
Yeah, I didn't even like. I understood stealing because when I was like 4, like I'd taken like one of our fucking cousins or something. We went over to our cousin's house and they had a toy or some shit like that. I was playing with it, forgot to give it back, and mom beat the shit out of me because she said I stole it.
I remember.
And then I was like, oh, this is stealing. I guess when you take something and you don't say anything.
This is bad or whatever.
Like this is bad as something. But yeah, then Papa was like, go do it. And I was like, oh well, this is conflicting. So like after that, I really didn't steal a whole bunch, but when I got older, I was like, oh, this skill never really left.
Yeah.
Like, and this
It's all
fuck
about
it, this
elusiveness.
exactly this
But
fuck it
this
mentality.
is once again you talking about stealing, which you've done at length already.
Multiple times, but back to fucking walking by the Walmart, yada yada. Either way, Grandpa had me in there stealing and shit.
No,
like
but
that.
you're talking about construction paper right now.
Yeah. No, we were actually talking about.
No,
gifts
you were
and
talking
shit.
about re-upping.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there, nigga.
All right, I'm gonna let you get there, but
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's like,
oh
hey, I
great,
heard-
this nigga's coming to talk about stealing again.
More
Oh, great.
stealing talk and grandpa talk. Yeah. But yeah, we used to re-up at the Walmart. We would stop out I personally would re-up at the Walmart, right? And then I learned later that I was like, oh, you doing it too? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Because I would pick up like, oh shit, I need headphones because I can't find my headphones or I left
Headphones
them.
was the move.
Like, yeah, I used to give people headphones. I would have my headphones, but I always tried to keep like a pair of like earbuds or headphones just because I'm walking 1.5 miles to school, give or take.
It wasn't that long.
It was like a mile.
It's take.
Give or take. Yeah. It was,
But go ahead.
give or take. So either way, like I was walking to school, I need this motherfucking earbuds and shit. So I would go in Walmart and steal earbuds. But on fucking holidays, on special occasions, now I'm busting Walmart over the head for like whatever gift shit I can make. Like I took some fucking pom-poms and some glue one time and just fucking shimmied up a card. Like
made me a card for whatever girl I was dating at the time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that.
I mean, nigga, the timeline points to one person.
Yeah, it's definitely that one person.
Yeah, Mike Bravo.
No, not Mike Bravo.
Oh damn, that's Foxx.
No, not Mike Bravo at all. The one we don't talk about.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Victor Papa.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Victor Papa. Is
Okay.
that really where we're going with that? Victor
I mean,
Papa?
I'm done now.
No. I mean, like Victor Papa's the alias that we're using.
I don't care what
Sure,
it is.
Victor Papa's fine.
Shout out to you. I love you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
love all of you. Honestly,
Yeah.
love you. I love
Well, he
you all.
said that too. Yeah,
Mhm.
all of those things.
All those things, nice things.
All of those nice things for those people that we don't date anymore. All of those wonderful, great things that we did for
There
those
you go.
people that we don't date anymore.
Yeah, shout out to
That
what
they
that
take for
bitch's
granted.
name? Fucking Alpha Charlie and Alpha Sierra.
Alpha Charlie and Alpha Sierra both need some good old fashioned birds.
Anyway, moving on.
Exactly. Wow, we got into Christmas. It was just like, let's talk about old
Fuck
bitches.
them bitches.
Fuck about them old hoes.
Yeah.
But nah, man, like I guess I had to bring up all this shit because it makes me nostalgic every time we get to this time frame and shit
sure.
like that. And like you were saying earlier about the expectation that you have when you're in a relationship, right, to provide or to give that gift that fucking knocks their socks off and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because for some fucking reason, especially people that are in relationships, like you live together, you sleep together every fucking day and some shit like that. Somehow this December 25th date comes around
And separates
and
it
you're
all.
supposed to fucking suddenly all the things and the wonderful love that you've shown over the course of the year goes out the fucking window.
Let's
and
not
you,
even remember the shit you did.
You have to fucking complete the trials to
Right.
get this to get love, to get fucking
Or to verify love.
yeah,
To validate the love.
that's some shit. I hate that word.
And now-
validation.
At a minimum of $200.
At a
You prove yourself to me.
prove
And
your
there are a
love.
lot of people out here who are going to be like, oh, you know, it's not really about that. I'm not that person, et cetera, et cetera. It's okay if you're that person.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't have to lie and say that you don't want things.
right. Just because that's not me doesn't mean that I'm going to fault you
No.
for that being you.
And I don't disparage any of our listeners, right? For like one being
nobody-
happy about Christmas.
Nobody wants macaroni art for
Two,
Christmas.
no, hell no. When you get that shit, nobody wants socks for Christmas unless you collect socks.
Bruh, socks are clutch.
Like
Socks
design,
are clutch.
like design socks, or like
The variety pack of fucking like toiletries, that's clutch. I didn't realize how clutch it was until like my ex's family would get it for me. And you know, fuck y'all for whatever y'all were implying, but also that was clutch. I really appreciated that.
there's so many moments where I was like, oh, I can continue to be clean.
Right.
Thanks.
Y'all bought me a little bit more time without the ass smell.
Nah, man. So actually, now that we have this opportunity, I'm gonna get into it, man.
Go for
What
it.
the fuck do you think it is about us that just like the BO is just like out of
Oh,
this
no.
world?
No.
Yeah, what do you think
I don't
that
have
is?
that as much.
I still do.
I think I did as a youth.
As a
But
youth?
now it's just like after having to be in close quarters with motherfuckers all the time.
Oh, you just stepped
Somebody
up
had
your
already
game.
told me about myself like a couple, like maybe eight
People
years
been
ago.
telling me about myself
Yeah.
since 5th grade. So like,
Yeah, and it's just like it's literally just wash your ass,
I was.
and it's like understanding like you're gonna have to wash your ass a little bit more than the average person.
Yeah.
which sucks, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's a motherfucker. Because I wash.
It's a very nice compliment when a bitch says that you
smell nice.
Good.
Yes.
Right.
Every moment that I've ever gotten a woman
if you
be like,
hear
oh
that,
God,
it's like it's gonna change everything about you. So
yeah, you wanna start doing that more. You wanna start impressing one. But when I'm not around my girl,
yeah,
right?
I don't give a fuck.
Like I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, if it's not for my lady,
I will wash my ass.
Who, mind you, I'm very appreciative that a lot of the women in my life, or the women that I've dated over
You're
time,
gonna make them sound like they have bad taste.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because what's wild is like when somebody likes you, like your funk turns into pheromone, and it's sad.
Suddenly, it's just like all the fucking pheromone.
Like this woman will like smell my fucking scalp, like fresh out of whatever, and I'm like, wow, that's fucking weird.
Wow.
But I'm also like primal. Anyway,
I get it.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that says, "Oh, okay, this is why."
You don't like
monkeys
when
do
a broad
this
is like just a tinge funky.
No, I love that shit.
Just a
I love it.
tinge,
No,
just
if
a
I get
little bit.
get right up in your breast area, right, and that cleavage boob area,
Baby,
that boob cleavage area,
a child.
and it smells a little. You got a little
child.
under titty boob bo.
The
Like,
man has Oedipus syndrome.
I'm just like, oh, this is great, right? If I walk up on you, right, and I can tell you look a little greasy, like,
oh yeah,
like yeah,
I'm not gonna front. Just a slight little film of fucking green.
it does it for me. Like that's it. Because like what it says to me is that like what it says to me, right, is that you're not too fucking like
What it screams to me is like you're comfortable.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You like me enough to do
like
this.
just to be here and not have to go through the extra shit. Because here's the deal. Like when I say like BO and body funk and stuff like that, it's like I don't mean that my fucking pits are just like awful. It's like obviously deodorant, they can be bad. They can get bad.
They can get bad.
Usually I'm like, oh, I'm very aware of this. This is one of the first things that you can smell when you walk up on a motherfucker.
Right.
So like I try to watch the pits so they don't get too bad, right? And the dick area and stuff like that, I'm like, I wash when I know that I'm gonna like I always wash my dick. But I know that if I'm about to like
fuck,
or if I'm about to run up on somebody and my dick might come out, then dick's gonna be clean. But the one thing that always fucks me, the one thing that always gets me, my goddamn feet.
Yeah, them feet.
They're my fucking feet.
I can't do nothing about that.
Like it's just be like I'm gonna put some dryer sheets in my shoes, but then my feet still fucking
you
smell.
can do whatever you can, but like that just is what it is.
Like sweet feet, all that shit. I've tried it,
You've
and
never
I was
tried
like,
sweet feet.
I've heard
Sweet feet's
it.
not real.
Sweet feet is totally real.
Sweet feet's only a thing.
Is that in holes? Like, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's it.
Really? It's not like
It's just holes.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was a whole fucking thing.
No, you internalized that.
Oh, wow. I was like, oh, wow, this imaginary baseball player and me.
Yeah.
Both have we talked about holes on the podcast before?
Stanley Gilness.
I was like, you tell that holes really did form us.
Back when we were using that fucking mic over there. Back when we were using that fucking mic. We would talk about holes like all the fucking time.
Because it's a fucking great book.
Great book. Anyway.
And we did. I remember we gotta talk. We went into the fucking x-ray shit.
You know we got to talk about the live, right?
Yeah, I know we got to address that. So like, what are we, like 36, 37 minutes in?
Actually, I don't know. Let me look. Yeah, 33.
Yeah, 33 minutes in, we're finally addressing the live. So shout out to everybody that came through, checked out the live stream that we attempted to do yesterday. Everybody that came through, commented, especially those that, even if you came through and just watched or peeked in or something like that, we really appreciate you guys. You know, you got to fail up and shit. So sometimes when we try new shit, stuff isn't always going to necessarily go immediately right. Like when we first try that shit. Yeah. So like,
why don't you go ahead and tell people what happened?
Oh no! So like, literally, it was like, okay, well, we got to record the podcast tonight. I was like, okay, cool, bet. Maybe we should go live. Maybe we should stream live. We'll do a live show or something. Right. And I was like, okay, cool. So we get everything ready. Another hour and a half. So we get ready. It's like 9 o'clock. Like, it's like, okay, this is decent. We'll be done by like 10:30. All right. And then the idea for the live stream came through, and it took us like an hour and a half
to get everything straight.
And right.
Honestly speaking, the pre-production was great.
Oh yeah, we got everything ready.
I made a playlist, things was going. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a little waiting room to kind of come chill in.
Yeah, listen to a little music, hang out.
All the fucking socials and said something.
Yeah, I mean, like we did all the things. I was very like, okay, yeah, this is good. And then we sat down, we hit the record button, and there were some things that we weren't aware of. Like the fact that stream fucking delay increases and shit like that when you're trying to do other shit with the laptop that's streaming with.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, this is already weird. So every time you saw us choppy or chunky or something like
got
that,
very fucking ambitious. Well, I got very fucking ambitious. I'll take it.
We got ambitious.
No, because I wanted
the
the people to see the topics we were talking about and like be able to see it, make it a full fucking experience. But we should have thought. Well, I should have thought about it.
Well, it was a lot for your laptop to handle, dog.
Yeah.
And so, like, at that point, like, when my laptop died and shit like that, I was like, oh, damn, I can't necessarily help out with that.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is, and I do want to go ahead and put this out there. It might not have but we want to try to do at least one live show, right? Or maybe even, better yet,
let's do a stream.
What do you, like, if you guys have any, like, thoughts on that or something like that, definitely hit us up, reach out to us. We had a couple of our listeners actually hit up and say, like, yo, like, video would be cool, like if we could see.
Yeah. Shout out to High
happens.
Five. He was one of the guys who like had asked for it, and I'm like, oh well, I just don't know how it's gonna work. And like we had tried, we've tried fucking recording this shit before.
Yeah.
And it was just like when we used DSLR cameras, it was like, oh well, I have to get up and restart it every fucking 20 minutes, and there's just no guarantee. Whereas now, like we have the web camera, and we'll figure that shit out later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it seems to be working so far, but, like, I think we just bit off more than we could chew in that moment.
At that time. I don't think that...
And honestly, like, once you add that live aspect of it,
yeah,
it reminds me of, like, theater. You know what I'm saying?
Where suddenly it's like, oh, I've got to immediately turn on.
Yeah.
And kind of, like...
And I have to somewhat play to the crowd without playing to the crowd. And, just understand, like, anything that happens is going to be...
live and out there forever. So you got to roll with the punches, but at the same time try to give people like the best live experience possible.
For sure.
Without like canceling yourself.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not too worried about the cancellation because like,
No, I mean we don't do that much.
No, yeah, I was like really happy.
And then like you also run into like the issues of like once you go live, you really just attract the audience that your live puts in. So like we didn't fucking rehearse, we didn't put anything beforehand. It just we was like, okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of our point, because it was a topic that I really wanted to fucking talk about.
I was excited because like that shit's near and dear to my heart. I love comics, and then at the same time, like I enjoy getting a chance to like break down, I guess, like aggravation. I like to break down like the hype of shit. When stuff is going like wild, I want to see why this is how it is, what the fuck the anger's all about, especially something like that, like where it's like, and we haven't talked about it yet, but we did discuss it here on the live.
Yeah, and I mean, there's still enough salvageable audio to like talk about it, but I do want to kind of talk about it before we wrap this episode up.
Yeah, for sure. I think we should get into it
just to get it clean. You know what I mean?
So, what we'll say about the streaming shit is like we'll try to get one a month at least. Just so you guys can, see our beautiful fucking faces. And then also, check out the podcast. It just gives us another way to reach out to you guys. And I think what'll be a better thing is if we set up a monitor, right? For them, rather than...
I mean, we're talking shop at this point.
Yeah, but that's kind of what a fucking podcast is.
Yeah, you're right.
But, just to kind of get that out the way, we...
Don't listen to that.
Yeah, no, you're good. We're good. We did start talking about during the stream and previous audio about the new graphic novel coming out that's called I Am Not Starfire, right? And just as a quick summary of what the book is all about, or what the premise of it is that Starfire, for those of you that don't know, she's a character from DC Comics, and she appears pretty frequently in a thing called the Teen Titans, as well as a couple of other shows that are...
Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good.
Hold on. Baby, you going on your Wawa run? Okay, yeah, she's going on her Wawa run. It's fine. We can just cut it out.
Yeah.
It's not live.
It's fine.
It's not live.
Going to Wawa. Come here.
For what?
Come here.
For what?
Y'all trying to put me on the mic?
I'm about to cut her off. She's just going to get cut out.
For 2 seconds. Because here's the deal. She was a part. All right, hold on. All right, guys. All right. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. All right, guys. First time shit. first time shit.
It's not really first
because
time.
this person has been an incremental portion, like an incremental portion of the fucking Well Spoken Token podcast behind the scenes for a very long time. She's the person that has basically said how we can do, like, she's the person that helped us through video shit. She's the person that came through and checked the stream when we were fucking doing it. If you guys saw her in the comments everywhere on the stream telling us to fucking keep OBS up and shit like that, this person that I'm about to bring here on the mic is Miss Samantha Stevens, and she happens to be my brother's. Oh yeah, I doxed her all the way. Sam Sky, that's a better one right there. Cut that Sam Stevens out there. She happens to be my brother's girlfriend, his boo thing. So we're gonna put her on the mic real quick. Just give her an opportunity to say what's up to the people and stuff like that. She didn't have a whole lot to weigh in on this particular topic about Starfire and shit. But here she is. You know, she walked up. I feel like it's time to go ahead and put her on the wax at least. Let you hoes know my bro's taking. He's fucking taking. Come here, girl.
Stop screaming in the mic. No, go get over there.
Come get on a mic.
It's better over there. Just go. Just go.
Look at his fucking face.
The waste of time.
Hey everyone, Samantha here on the Well Spoken Token podcast. Happy to be here. I'm gonna go get a brace for my wrist, and yeah,
Okay.
love the podcast. Love what you guys do. Yeah,
All right.
great.
All right.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, baby. Love you.
Good. She can never say
Have
we
a
don't
good
put. She can never say we don't put her on wax again.
All right, baby.
I didn't say all that.
Oh, look at
Love
that
you.
nigga.
Shut the fuck up. Huh?
Nah, that should totally stay there.
I probably will throw it up. Anyway, moving on.
Nah. Do you want anything from Wawa, nigga?
Nothing. I don't want anything.
Nothing.
I don't want anything.
You know what I want?
I just have pizza.
You know what I want?
What? The same thing yesterday? Nigga, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Damn.
Nigga. All right. So moving on before we got severely distracted.
Yeah, that was a whole fucking extra setup there.
Mm-hmm.
But Starfire, character from DC Comics, very popular in the Teen Titans Cartoon Network show, as well as Teen Titan Comics there in DC. This character has a daughter. Who knows where the fuck the father is? And this daughter is a complete, or wants to
Don't
be.
you feel like it's a little manipulative to say who knows where the fuck the father is?
Manipulative? I mean, they don't.
Not even manipulative,
clearly
but it's
state
like you're painting a picture that you don't know is complete yet. Like, just because the father's not necessarily in the cover doesn't mean that the father's not going to be present in the story.
No, I mean, it's completely possible that later on the father comes out, or because I mean, who knows if this?
I'm relatively certain that
is this a one shot?
They will definitely probably tell you who the father is if it's a full fledged like novel.
No doubt,
But not
eventually.
to distract you off of that. But go on.
Yeah, but basically they don't inform you of the father immediately, and so most people speculate. But the big controversy, the big thing about this, right, is that the daughter, in stark contrast to her mom, right, decides to go full goth. For those of you that don't know anything about Starfire, is that Starfire is a very bubbly character. She's always been somebody that's very exuberant and shit. Well, not necessarily always. There's a couple of times where she's portrayed in a different light, more alien. She's an alien from
Right.
space and
Her character is usually like naive.
Yeah,
A little bit.
She's got
overtly
that doe in the headlights
optimistic
thing.
and overtly like you know what I'm saying, positive.
Yeah, she's got a bubbly personality, is what some people would say, right?
Sure.
And so, like, this young girl, in high school age, I believe is where they place her there. This young girl is so fed up with kind of living in her mother's shadow and kind of like being expected to be one way because of her mom being one way, and decides to rebel completely. She goes full goth. She has a weight, like, not a weight problem, but she's a dash.
Yeah, she's a little bit overweight.
Yeah, she's overweight. And she also decides to like dye her hair like mad black.
Right.
And, just do the whole goth thing to try to separate herself from her mother. And the whole comic kind of stems from the fact that she's queer or bi or whatever.
We don't know what the comics
They said that she's queer.
But we do know that she is a queer or outright gay character.
Yeah, and we say queer because at this point, like,
we don't know.
It's a part of the the Q portion of the LGBTQ thing is queer.
Yeah,
so
or
like
questioning, really.
questioning, queer, whatever you'd like to go ahead and label the fucking acronym, boys, girls, people,
People.
acronym people.
Okay.
The acronym people. But it centers around her discovering herself and crush on a girl in high school and shit like that. I read like a brief synopsis, like the jacket cover shit type shit. And so like it sounds like the usual YA novel type shit. It's like this is for young girls, especially people who find themselves identifying as queer or find themselves like being a dash overweight and being comfortable with their bodies, different shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's designed to reach out to a lot of young people, right? Because I can't necessarily say girls because, you
never know who's going to read
like
this.
that. Who's
you never know who's
going to
take something from it. You know what I mean?
Right. So that all sounds well and good, right? It seems like it's like, okay, well, there's a story coming out and it's going to be this, right? The internet said no.
Yeah,
like when
when
they said Spider-Man was gonna be black, like it was just like, oh shit, what the fuck? And that was crazy. This is even crazier. Motherfuckers are going all the way in. Like, why the fuck does she have to be queer? Why the fuck is she overweight? Another goth fucking big girl. And I mean, even me, when I looked, I was like, oh wow, she kind of looks like Sam Smith's girlfriend.
Yeah, she does kind of look like Stan Smith's girlfriend from American Dad.
Yeah, and I realized earlier, like in the live stream, I said Sam Smith.
Yeah, no.
And that was not Sam Smith.
Yeah, you did say Sam Smith.
I did. I said Sam Smith, and I was like, Sam Smith, one, doesn't date
what
girls.
The fuck? No. His name's not Steph.
His name
Steven.
is Steve.
Yeah.
It's not Stan,
His name
because
is
Stan is
Steven.
the father.
Yeah, Stan is dad, and then there's Steven.
Yeah. So
there's
Steve.
Kelly. Yeah. Reggie's my favorite character.
The koala.
The koala. Yeah.
That nigga is great.
I wish he got more
But
screen
not
time.
nowhere. Like
We about to fight in the field. Yeah.
But yeah, so that shit, like the fucking gatekeeping neck bearded motherfuckers from the internet came and reared their head where it was like, no, we refuse to have anything inclusive or too inclusive in our fucking comic books because this fucks with our image. This fucks with the way we want to do it.
Or from more so what I was reading is just like, this is not comic books, or y'all are just approaching, like y'all are trying too hard to appeal to the normie SJW crowd. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It was just like, oh, this isn't for us. This isn't about us.
Right.
And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I don't understand people that can't look at something, right, and decide or decipher that it's not for you.
Or not even, like, you're not the intended or targeted audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you try to take that away from somebody?
When there's so much, like, what fucks with me is, like, why would you try to take away from somebody when there's so much out there to offer for you? Yeah. Like, everybody's been catering to you for like the longest time.
Or not even just necessarily to you, but to your fantasy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, her situation, Mandy
Coriander.
I don't remember if
that's definitely Coriander.
But yeah, like her situation is somebody's reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a person who has felt like I've lived in the shadow of, yourself or, other people, like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get wanting so hard to, like, differentiate yourself that, you put on a caricature. And we just don't know what's going to happen in this story.
No. And so we don't know where this is going, whether she has powers, like what this is going to be. Like, is she normal? Like, not normal, but is she like a standard human?
Right.
Or like she just, half breed, half alien, half human? Who knows?
Yeah.
Right. And we don't know until the actual fucking graphic novel comes out. But at this point, there are so many motherfuckers out here trying to literally kill the project. Mm-hmm. Right before it ever gets any
I don't
legs.
even know if they're trying to kill it, because like they're just trying to bash it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
they're trying to
like
discredit it before it becomes anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're trying to discredit something, if you're trying to put your like enough negativity at something, or not necessarily always negativity, but if you're trying to throw yourself at something so hard, like you're trying to stop it from happening, trying to stop it from catching on,
you're trying to prevent people from reading, or even like prevent people from like being curious
or
about
making things that are similar to that later on.
Like, why is it so bad for somebody to have an image that looks similar to them, or like is just divergent from like what the norm is?
Yeah, giving people an opportunity to see themselves in comic books that usually wouldn't.
And there's so many people out here who think that like this like quote SJW shit is fucking the new norm, but it's like, no, you can still go to your local comic shop and still get all the toxic masculinity that you were looking for.
You can pick up any Punisher mag and like
you can get all the warfare porn that you want. You know what I mean? In the same vein, like even when they were writing all that warfare porn or all that fucking like macho man bullshit, they were still writing shit that was like a little bit different. Like
No,
a little
there was
bit
like
on
a stuff
different-
of substance. Like there's a lot of random characters throughout DC and shit like that that have had issues. Like I think one of the first openly gay characters was in DC. I'm trying to remember who that
couldn't tell you.
was. Either way, I'm not. I didn't do the research for that shit. It's just something that I kind of remembered. There's a lot of random shit like that where it was just like, oh, well, you know, times fucking change and
Right.
people grow and evolve. And the
Also,
more,
and the medium becomes something that anybody can indulge in.
yeah, because suddenly comic book, like, first of all, I don't think comic books were ever designed for like a particular group or mass. Like, it was,
Yeah.
I don't think that was the intention behind creating comics. Like the Sunday paper comics, I don't think were always about or for kids. There were a lot of opportunities, like the same way that I'm trying to think of another cartoon that had a lot of like minor adult themes, like regular show.
Like regular show, Adventure Time.
Yeah,
Even
or
Batman the animated series.
Yeah, or Charlie Brown.
Yeah, even Charlie Brown.
Yeah, it was like Charlie Brown did with mad like depression, anxiety, different random shit like that, and
Right.
like
Feelings of self-worth.
yeah, life lessons that like are over the head of children, right?
And appeal to everybody.
Exactly, and I think that's the cool thing about the medium is that it's supposed to or try to, not necessarily every single comic should appeal to everyone, right? But it should be a space in which art can be made for everybody, like it can be made for not everybody, for anybody, right? I think that's the better way to do it, because if you make something for everybody, right, then it should be like everything is for each individual person.
Or even then, like, don't insult the reader's intelligence by thinking like just because it's this way, it can't be construed for anybody else.
Yeah, and like even so many motherfuckers.
Because like so many fucking stories in my own youth have been so fucking overtly for white young men.
Yeah,
that I had to be like, okay, well, here's how I can remix it and flip it and make it mine.
how can I take this and say, oh well, this is for me now.
Yeah.
Or like this is what I got out of it.
This is what it can mean to me.
Yeah.
You know? And like, you know, just because it's like a overweight lesbian fucking
I don't know if we can
half
call it
alien
lesbian.
girl. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't read it, and I'm eager to read it. I want to read it.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna try to pick it up or at least read
like,
it online.
It's in that same art style as like a lot of graphic novels that I like that tackle like you know, like
real self-worth. Like this
even-
looks like kind of like blankets.
yeah,
Like,
it looks like Blankets or like other shit by Craig Thompson. You know, it's got a lot, like it's got elements of like what looks like Persepolis in it. There's like
that's the other one that was like
they're weaving in other mediums to make this work.
yeah.
And there were a couple of guys like, oh, people are just trying to compete with manga, and people are just trying to fucking make it that manga style.
The weirdest thing about it is that like if you look at manga now, a lot of it's going manhwa, which is the Korean.
Yeah.
The Korean graphic
Art
novel.
changes.
Yeah, and I was just like, we're moving into a space where, like, where once upon a time a lot of Japanese manga was huge, right? And
Right.
now South Korea. Well, it's South Korea because I say Korea, but like I don't think North Korea is definitely not producing any manga or manhwa.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, you're very right because somebody could be producing and sending it to South Korea and going from there. But South Korea is producing a lot of quality fucking manga or manhwa or shows, like, right? Tower of
They're
God,
just putting
Solo
out media
Leveling,
that fucking matters.
yeah.
Right now.
And so with this, like I was like, I don't really think that this was something trying to compete with that at all. I
Yeah.
don't even see this in the same fucking vein.
I don't either.
Like, what pissed me off about all of this, right, what was really bad, because like I could deal with the negative comments and shit like that. It was just like, oh well, this is unfortunately a chunk or a percentage of the community that I like to like fucking live in from time to time, just kind of showing themselves to be assholes. The same way when like Trump got elected,
Yeah.
there's a lot of motherfuckers that came out the woodwork and was like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, by the way, I hate niggers.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I can say that now because, you know, I've got a space that makes me feel comfortable enough to say so and come out and do so.
Right.
Right? And so, like, when all these motherfuckers are like, yo, I hate women,
Right.
right? Because women
Or
make me feel...
I hate divergent stories or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it is. I hate anything that's not tailored towards me.
Yeah, because girls that look like this should love me.
Right.
Yeah, they should love me.
And that's one thing that fucking floors me about it too, because like a lot of these guys who are talking shit about like the character design,
Guaranteed
are
have
dudes,
girlfriends that look.
have had girlfriends, have girlfriends, or whatever that look just like this.
That operate in the same mindset.
Right. And it's just like, okay, bro, so what are you mad at? Are you
Like,
mad
are
at
you
yourself?
suddenly mad that you got to read about your girlfriend's life now and understand her pain?
And I'm not
Like-
even, I'm not even trying to talk shit, because like even as a youth, this is the type of shit that I was going for too.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, well, cool. Like, read her story. Like, take an actual interest in what the fuck she's going through.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of this graphic novel, is not necessarily to give you some fucking like alien porn or give you some fucking like action. This is not an action-packed novel or some shit
We
like
don't
that.
know yet. It might
Yeah,
be
this
lit.
could- this actually could be
It
some
really
shit.
might be on some
She
wild
could
shit.
awaken powers and fucking like.
It could be like some next level Scott Pilgrim type shit.
Which could be cool. I would be excited about it, right? But
Right.
there's opportunity for this to be good, right?
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know if people are giving it the chance that it deserves.
Not at all.
So much so that like there's niggas out there that are redesigning the character.
Yeah.
Like
Like for what?
dropping all the weight from the character and drawing them more hip and hipstery, like,
Right.
And
Making them more conform more to what you feel like the story should align
what
with.
your fantasy might be of
Right.
this situation.
Oh yeah, guys, girls can't look like this. I'm like, no, most of them do. Most of them look like this.
Most of them look like that, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right. And like a lot of the times they choose to be in this skin, like they choose, like well, nobody chooses to be in their skin, but they choose to be this way, like right, or they embrace the things that like
They embrace
make them some way.
themselves.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I hope that once this book comes out, it becomes like something important to somebody.
yeah, for sure. Like somebody's fucking like, mind you, I don't necessarily fuck with John Green, right? But his novels have been things that have
They're important to people.
Oh yeah, and I've got people that I can literally like remember like directly their names and who the fuck they are and the shit that they've gone through, and know that they've genuinely been positively affected by these books
novels.
and these novels.
And as much as I like to talk shit about like all the books and all the like mainstream authors and shit. I like to talk shit about Stephanie Meyer. I like to talk shit about like J.K. Rowling.
Absolutely,
But at the
everybody
end
likes
of
to
the
talk about her.
day, like these people really did help people out.
Absolutely,
Like the worlds that these people created, the situations that these people like spun together, offered perspective to people who could have been in a terrible place.
no, and might not have decided that to continue to live. Might have decided to go a completely different way with shit, and,
So it's
and
just
really
it's
detriment
totally
themselves.
it's totally fucked when you feel like your perception or like the shit that you care about is like way more important than like letting people have their own fucking story.
Right, because this thing is not taking like what pisses me off is that it's not taking anything from you.
Not at all.
Right,
You still have everything. You still have everything before.
The fact that this art is out there, the fact that this story is out there, is not taking anything from you. It's not canon, right? It's not changing the mythos of any of your favorite characters out there, right?
Yeah.
And at worst, it's kind of portraying Starfire as a negligent parent.
Which is possible.
It's completely
But this
possible.
is the same reason that people hated Legend of Korra.
Which is also crazy because it's like, yo, I think that you're just coming out and saying you
Well,
don't
I mean,
like
there
women.
were things to like criticize about Korra.
Yeah,
but the
it
things that
wasn't
people-
the fact that she was a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, like none of this shit should have had anything to do with like the fact that some of the character beats were discordant and some of the fucking storylines didn't make the most sense.
There were some
in the
plot
moment.
holes and there's some shit that could have been executed better.
But at the end of the day, Korra is a fucking badass.
No, exactly. She came out and beasted. Like, first of all, she beasted everything as far as like earth, fire, and water. Like, right, way faster than fucking Aang did.
So now you're gonna go. Now you're gonna fucking encounter other fucking character.
You're mad. You're mad because the fact is like she doesn't have to spend all her fucking time learning
or
to
she
bend.
doesn't have the same fucking like qualms that another person.
She's
has.
a 16-year-old girl. She's gonna fall in love. She's gonna be a tad emotional from time to time.
She's gonna do shit that 16-year-old people do.
Yeah, you're right. 16-year-old people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, like if you're gonna criticize this thing, which I'm not against, criticize whatever.
No, you should have a critical opinion. Well,
But-
I'm not sorry. You're allowed to have a critical opinion.
Right, but
is
when
what I'm
you
saying.
criticize things before they're out and strictly for aesthetics and strictly for implications, it's like, okay, like you gotta chill, bro, because you're being like hella misogynistic for no fucking reason.
No, it's like I don't know. It floors me, right? Because when that kind of shit comes out, right, when people are like all upset and shit like that, there's a group of people that lump us all into that.
Right, and that's just what it affirms.
It's just like, oh, well, this fucking community, the nerd comic book community is out to basically
like
keep
doors
some of
the most
people.
like racist fucking piece of shit motherfuckers I've ever met were actually in the nerd community.
Yeah. And it's just like how like you got here, and a lot of times they end up in this community, right? Because there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah,
and it's generally accepting around,
and it's easy to blame your bullshit on other shit.
Yeah, because people are very much ready to be like, yeah, bullies made me feel this way, or,
right?
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that's not the case,
this way.
But even in my own personal experience, like after a while, it's like, okay, I didn't get bullied. Like I got the same teasing that anybody would have got based off what they got.
It's like
based off what they like.
The fact that I didn't necessarily like always catch the armpits before school or something like that.
Like that's a real thing that you should have been doing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like
the fact
and
that people picked on me about that, it was like it's whatever.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't give a fuck that I was watching Naruto. They gave a fuck that I was like
Naruto running in the hallways.
Yeah, they gave a fuck that I was throwing my arms behind my back and like getting in their way when they were on the way to class.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I get it.
Yeah,
it makes
there was
sense.
a moment where it's like, yo, shit that annoys me, I'm gonna fucking pick at it. I'm gonna know.
And just like I said on the live stream, like like this is the reason why I kind of opted not to try to pursue that interview with that one guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like after a while, it's like okay, like even though you had a point when I read what you were saying, I don't feel like you were nuanced enough in your point to try to like discuss it.
Yeah, and to clear stuff up, like we had there was a Twitter kind of like argument that was forming, right? There was kind of like a fight or a discussion.
There was a discussion about,
that was happening about Megan Thee Stallion, right?
Yeah.
And for those of you guys that have seen Megan, like, and have checked her out on Instagram or anywhere else, you know that like from time to time she brings up anime, like she'll bring up video games and shit like that, right? And the same way that we have these gatekeeping motherfuckers that are like, oh shit, they're making this SJW fucking centric comic book. It's the same way when it's like an attractive woman or attractive female decides that not just decides, but enjoys the same media, enjoys the same shit as they do. A lot of the times, like the niggas that hate women or the niggas that just can't cope with this kind of stuff,
or just
scared of attractive women that make like shit that makes them feel insecure, is like, oh, you like this? I doubt that you like this. Like you're just saying that to get love from other people,
right? Or even just like like I'm going to invalidate what you feel because there's no way in hell that I would have endured all that shit that I endured just to encounter this. You know what I'm saying? Just for
there's no way that like for me to get made fun of and picked on and things like that, and then for you who's super
and there are people out there. I'm not gonna try to discount like other people's experience.
No, there
are people out there
chasers that.
There are clout chasers in the community, and there are fucking like people who like got bullied on some wild shit just because of like where you were or the people around you, you know. And my heart goes out to them. I really hope that you don't like let yourself become so sour
and
that you
jaded.
that you don't acknowledge like, okay, there are allies in this space, and there are people here who whatever, and just in general, like as pessimistic and as shit talky as I get, like. I want people to enjoy things.
Most def.
I want people to like what they like. And it's not worth it to continuously tear down people because they like what they like, or they like, or they identify with the stories that they identify with. You know what I mean?
It was like if you want to like Naruto, if you're fucking into goddamn like One Piece and shit like that, then be into it. Like it's just
I'll never stop you.
Yeah, it's just fucked that like people really guard this stuff so hard, right? As if to say that if you participate in this, right, that somehow it's going to be taken away from me.
Yeah.
Like this is going to steal
away just by this attractive girl liking fucking Soul Eater.
Yeah, and mind you, like there's I'm not saying that anybody that believes like or thinks like that has a point, right? But if you look at
that trauma is valid.
Yeah, the trauma can be valid. It's just like, look, if an attractive girl, right, picked on me, right, or put me in a situation that make me feel like less than, right,
right,
you know, lied to me and said that they were interested when they weren't, or you know, set me up and that kind of shit. This shit happens. It really is to be set up.
That is the worst.
Is to be like, yeah, I'd love to date you, and then like find out that their friends are just there to laugh. Like,
I see you
really
found the lab rat.
No, you really thought.
You know what I mean? But that was high school, bro. Let it go.
Yeah, most of the time it's high school.
Not even high school. That was fucking middle school. Let it go.
Middle school. Some niggas have it happen in college. Like that was the whole
There are some
premise
people
of
out there.
Hitch. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember Hitch.
you remember?
I
Will
remember
Smith
watching Hitch. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Hitch.
Will Smith. Like the reason that he became Hitch was that like in college it looked like.
I remember the episode of Jamie Foxx where what was that girl's name? Wanda.
Yeah.
Where Wanda was like a nerd and she went to prom with the.
I remember
Yeah.
the fucking fake tape glasses and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that nigga's name?
That was
Stormy.
hey, look. So Jamie Foxx show is slept on. You know, I think
it is the best black sitcom.
Yeah, I actually loved the Jamie Foxx show way more than I liked Martin.
Theme song was great.
And
Theme song
Fresh
is way
Prince.
better than the Fresh Prince and fucking Martin.
Which I can't even remember the Martin.
Martin's
theme
good.
song.
Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the man.
Martin's good though. Martin's good, but
Yeah.
it's also not that
Here
good.
comes Jamie
As a
Foxx.
nigga, like
hey, that was a
Jamie
good
Foxx is a good show for kids. 'Cause
Yeah.
Jamie was like a charming nigga, but he
was
wasn't
fun.
and he was an asshole, but he wasn't like so much of an asshole that he
Like,
wouldn't.
I feel like the
fold.
only reason Sweet Life of Zach and Cody exists is because of Jamie
Jamie
Foxx
Foxx.
show.
Jamie Foxx ran, so
Yeah, because he was in a
Dylan and Cole
hotel.
could run.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, it's a great show, and I really wish people would like would respect it. If it was like
Put some respect on Jamie Foxx's show, goddamn.
if it was a one gotta go situation between like Family Matters, I don't know what else.
So if it was a one gotta go between Family Matters,
I don't
Jamie
feel.
Foxx
I don't feel
show,
like Family
Fresh
Matters.
Prince.
Family Matters
That's
doesn't
not a-
belong
that's
in
a
that
weird
round.
place.
Yeah, it doesn't belong in there.
So we got let's look at Jamie Foxx show,
Yeah.
Fresh Prince, Martin. We're looking for black
There needs to be
sitcoms.
one more because one gotta go.
My
with
wife
three
and kids.
people. Nigga, that's not the same era.
No,
You got to take somebody who is musically inclined.
Stevie Fox.
You need to take somebody who's musically inclined.
Martin is not
Is young. Martin, even you're right. Martin is not.
No, Martin
He's
was
not.
not musically inclined. Will was.
Yeah,
I'll give that to him.
but just the young fly black niggas shows,
Yeah.
and Steve Harvey's not that.
No.
No, nobody looked at Steve Harvey like that.
No, the game came after. Was there anything really fucking with the trio right then and there?
No, I guess we'll just leave it at that.
Because it was
right?
just like
if it's a
Jamie
one
Foxx
gotta go
show,
situation
Martin,
though, if
and
it's a,
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Like if you had to pick between those three, one gotta
goodbye
go.
Martin.
See you, Martin.
Yeah, bye Martin.
Actually, no. Fuck Fresh Prince. Bye.
Yeah, there's some episodes of Fresh Prince.
Nah,
that are really
I don't give a
good.
shit.
Some episodes are really good.
Why didn't he want me, man?
Yeah, but throw that out the way. Throw that out the window. Take all the emotional episodes of Fresh Prince
what
out
about
the way.
okay? So my favorite episode of the fucking Fresh Prince is the pool hall episode.
Where they were at the pool hall?
Where Uncle Phil or where Will and Carlton are like, we're going to go play fucking pool and shit like that, try to win our money, and then they lost all that money.
Yeah.
Right to the fucking pool.
And then
shark.
Uncle Phil came and like
shows up and fucking like
Yeah.
kicks ass at pool and shit like that, wins all their money back, and he's like, ha. That was a good episode to me.
That was a good episode.
Carlton on a pill, also good.
Off a bean?
Yeah.
Carlton on a bean?
Like go Carlton, also good.
I got the Xanax from head from my toe.
Hey. No, that was a good
Fuck
one,
on
yeah.
your mama, that bitch is a hoe.
Nah, I would ditch Fresh Prince, keep Martin, keep Jamie.
I
Foxx.
throw Martin out the window.
Because like I fucked with Martin
Yeah.
a little more than I fuck with Fresh Prince,
Yeah, for sure.
but that was only because like I didn't really dig the Fresh Prince format. I was already into.
I didn't
enough
like
shit
so
that
more
was
than
like that.
anything. I hate the Fresh Prince format, right?
Like that's the
But
same
I
format
also
as Cosby Show and fucking rich
I can
black
sit
people
down
doing rich
and
black
watch
people
the Fresh Prince show, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
stuff.
Whereas like when I sit down and watch Martin, I'm like, okay, I can do two of these.
yeah,
I can't do this.
I
can't
can
do
only
an
get
afternoon.
damn Gina once or twice. Like,
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because Martin's an asshole. So is Will. But Martin is like an asshole.
Yeah, for real. Like
Right.
honestly, there's moments where I'm like, Gina really could just walk away. Like, oh no, Pam, because Gina was
Gina and Pam could both walk
no,
away.
Pam was Gina's friend that he didn't like, and
Yeah.
then Gina was his girl.
Yes.
Yeah, both. I didn't.
I am black. Yeah, no. The real question is like, okay, so what can you put sister to sister against?
Ooh, a smart guy.
You can't put smart guy because they're the same. Like they're all related,
Yeah, it is true.
but they're not related in the show. Like Smart Guy and Sister don't have a crossover.
Wait, hold on. Is that little nigga from Smart Guy?
Taj Mowry.
That's it. That's what I was
Tia
saying.
and Tamara Mowry's
That's what I was trying to make sure. I was like, he is her brother.
Yes.
The reason that Sister gets so much love, right? And I love how we got here to black sitcoms. But Emmanuel Hudson, right?
Lewis?
Roger. Emmanuel. No, it's not Emmanuel.
Roger.
Lewis. Yeah, Roger. The nigga that played Roger, who's also in not Step Up, but You Got Served.
One of them fucking dance
He's a
movies.
dancing nigga.
Omarion.
No, it wasn't.
Roger is Omarion.
No. I mean, maybe.
No, he's not.
I mean, not in real life, but like, honestly, if you look at him, he's like, oh, you know what? I bet Omarion was out here like that.
Yeah.
But Sister, That's a Raven.
That's actually two different.
It's actually two different eras, but
yeah, I'll take That's a Raven all day.
That's a Raven over Sister.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
it's a funnier show.
I can see that.
It's more fun.
Black women led sitcoms. Didn't Kyla Pratt get one?
Yeah, she did. She got a couple.
Yeah, the Kyla
One-on-One was her adult.
Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
And then also, Proud Family.
I just think Kyla's pretty.
Yeah, she is.
I think Kyla's very pretty.
All right.
She's like that type of regular cute that I really, really like.
Yeah, everyday regular. I think that, oh my God, who's that in Aquila the Bee?
Kiki Palmer's not my jam.
I love her.
She's not my jam.
I fuck with her. She looks like she might smell a little. And I could deal with
probably
that.
Does.
It probably does smell
That's okay.
a hair. Like, and also, she looks like the type that when she gets older, she's gonna pass out to them red hard candies.
Oh man, that's so nice. I love
cinnamon ass red candies.
I hate these, but I love.
I hate them, but I love them because like they come from women that really love me. They really fuck with me.
I really appreciate
like this. They gave this. You gave this to me out of love.
Yeah.
I really wish you had peppermint.
Your intentions was very good. I wish you had better candy. You got any butter toffees or some shit in there?
Which is only slightly better than the red hard candies.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fucking fan of cinnamon. Who said, well, I want to make some candy? And then was just like,
let's do cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Let's do
put
cinnamon.
Fuck tons of cinnamon in it. Yeah. I don't fuck with Big Red.
Yeah.
Like, who wants spicy
candy? Who the fuck
candy?
is out here eating Big Reds?
Like,
who's out here chewing on cinnamon sticks?
Exactly. It's like a whole fucking cinnamon stick in my mouth. Why is it red? Why is it red?
Yeah, right. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon ain't
it's
red.
Brown.
Like,
when did we start associating
red with cinnamon?
Either way.
I don't fucking know.
Either way.
Here we are. I think that's
crazy.
it. I think that's it.
Fucking crazy. Y'all leave them shits alone.
Yo, this is the Well Spoken Token, yo. I appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas. We'll catch you next time. This is the Well Spoken Token, and I'm out.
Yes, sir. That's crazy.
What?
Nothing. Let me cut off OBS first.